with Monique is brought to you by Mila Eve Essentials. Visit MilaEveEssentials.com for 100% pure, therapeutic essential oils and other products. Nature knows best, and so does Mila Eve.
Hey, I love that beat. I really love that beat. I'll be up in here getting it. Me and Segment. I don't know why she got her back turned to y'all tonight. She acting real bougie. Oh, okay. She said she gonna show her face. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Self Challenge on Tea with Monique. I'm Monique Samuels, and this is my co-host, Segment. She's bowing for y'all. What is going on? Oh, you saying hi? I'm gonna be shocked when I open up the show and then she just yells out, "Hey, boo boo." So for those who were not here last week, I had to bring Sekhmet into the chat because she kept chirping and making noises. So she is officially my co-host. So she will be here ready for y'all every week. So yes, she forced her way in the door. She said, "I'm here." So what's going on? Welcome everybody who's joining from YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Just a reminder, if you're viewing from Instagram, you may have to hop over to YouTube if you want to comment, because I cannot see your comments if you're chiming in from Instagram. They haven't integrated it where I can actually see what's being posted there. So if you are on Instagram, just come on and hop on over to my YouTube channel, Tea with Monique, and or you can view my stories and you'll see where the live link is if you want to just click it to make it easier. But if you do want to comment or ask questions, I'll hop over there. All right, so for those of you who do not know, the Self Challenge is an open discussion that provides real life stories on how one can truly be in alignment with their purpose, promote self-discovery, self-love, rid themselves of ego, and realize your potential personally, professionally, spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Okay? Last week, you know what? Before I get into last week, hi, everybody, comment in the chat. Let me know where you are logging in from, where you viewing from. Let me know. Rep your city, rep your state, rep your country. Right? Isn't that a good idea? Mm-hmm. Yes, go ahead and tell me where you're from. Let me shout you out. What's up, Anita? What's up, Onyx? You was here nice and early. We were chatting nice and early, right? MD, Quay. Let's see, Heather, Just Josh, welcome back. Sekhmet is Sekhmet. There you go. If you ever just want to search who Sekhmet is, just look up the goddess of love, war, and healing. The Egyptian goddess of love, war, and healing. That's Sekhmet. Even though Sekhmet is a lioness, this Sekhmet is the African gray parrot. Oh my goodness, yes. Yeah, she's very talkative. What's up, Miss Lady? Oh, yes. Come on in. Come on in. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Giselle. Hey, Rhonda. What is going on? I see y'all. A lot of people from Georgia repping today. Once again, Detroit is up in the house. Yes, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe if you have not already. We are going to have some fun tonight. What's up, Jason? Yes. So I don't know if y'all all saw the videos, everything that was happening over the past week. Jason Weaves is actually my co-host or former co-host of the Good Morning Show on WPGC. So I'm sending love to my Good Morning Show team. I am still devastated by the choice that I had to make in order to take it to the next level. But I have officially stepped down from my position as co-host on the Good Morning Show on WPGC. And it really came down to an issue of time. I said this in one of the posts that I put up on Instagram and here on YouTube. I miss it. I miss it so bad. I've been listening every day, and every time they get to tap in, I'm like bawling, crying. But you know, we'll get through it. We'll get through it. I do believe that God is really moving in my life, and I know that everything happens for a reason. The timing is never up for question. It is what it is, and I'm ready for my next chapter, and I'm really excited. Today, I woke up to my babies. They were so happy. We got our new routine, all, getting all of that stuff in order. and then getting ready for our next homeschool year. So thank you so much, Sherry. I appreciate you. What's up, Darlene from Jersey? To go, my Jersey girl. Darlene been around since the Tea with Monique days when it was just straight up Tea with Monique. So I appreciate your support. Thank you so much, Quay. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Last week, I asked you to challenge yourself by making a list, answering the question, who am I want to know from you, how difficult or how easy was it for you to answer this question? Because it's such a simple question, but sometimes once you sit down and really start thinking about it, it could be a little challenging to answer it. Because I asked you all to make sure that you list things that are outside of the roles that you do, your titles, your past accomplishments. I wanted you to list like who you are. What are your qualities? What sets you apart from other people? Oh, she said, "Hey, boo boo." Oh. So I wanted to know. Yes. So okay, MD said it was challenging. Yes. Yes. Okay. Josh said it was pretty easy once he thought about who he embodies. Okay, that's good. That's good. Anybody else? I'm going to list some of the I am love. I love that. All right, that's beautiful. I'm going to list some of my qualities. Vanita said it was very difficult. She keep turning her back. I don't know what her problem is. You got to turn around, honey. You got to turn around. Like, turn around. We can't see you. You have such a beautiful face. No, and then you're going to poop. You are, oh my goodness. She is on one right now. Yes, so Vanita said it was very difficult. Quay said, I didn't know how to answer it. I'm going through a midlife crisis. Hey, I've been there before. I totally get it. Yes, Heather said it was so hard. I decided to take a trip next week to sit with myself. You better go ahead. I love that. That is next level. We're going to get to that in later episodes, but I always talk about how travel truly changes things. You have to leave your environment in order to really reset, recharge, refocus. And it allows you to see who and what you are and what your situation is. When you can leave, like truly leave and disconnect, and then come back, you come back with these open eyes. It's almost like you're reborn and you're looking around like, wait, what? No, hold on now. I did what now? Like, what is going on? So that's congratulations. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yes. Hey, Bernadette. She said, I got my O's, took advantage of the discount. Yes. Thank you. I appreciate the support. All right. Y'all are naming some things. I'm grateful. So you're grateful for life. So you're grateful. So you're a person who is full of gratitude. That is a beautiful quality. That is beautiful. What's up, Eric? Oh, I'm doing really well. How are you and wifey doing? Oh, thank you for joining. What's up, Eric? Me and Eric go way back. Oh my goodness. Back to when the Redskins were the Redskins, not the Commanders. What's up? Oh my God. All right, so I'm going to tell y'all some of the things that I listed. My list started out a little crazy back then. This was like 3 years ago when I did this particular challenge. Was it 3 years ago? 3 years ago? What's this? 2021? Yeah, it's about 3 years ago. Yep, 2021. So now, after 3 years, my list comes to me very easily. And this is just some of it. And I love the fact that I've gotten to a point where I could run off. If anybody says, who are you? I can literally just answer them without even thinking about it. And everything about yourself, it changes from day to day. Depends on your mood and your energy. But today, this is what I felt. I'm confident. I'm spiritual. I'm open-minded. I'm aligned and balanced. I'm a good listener. I'm full of gratitude. I'm compassionate. I'm considerate. I'm empathetic. I am limitless. I am very respectful of others and myself. I am free of judgment. I am empathetic. I said that already. I am a divine feminine goddess, and I am infinitely aware. I am abundant. I am overflow. I am everything God imagined in a physical body come to life. So that's how, and what's beautiful about these lists of your qualities, they end up turning into affirmations, because every day you may not feel like this list. Every day you may not feel confident. Every day you may not feel divine, but when you can make a list, you're also in that moment, you're naming what it is that you are, and then you're adding to it, but then you're also reminding yourself of who you are when you're having those low days, when you're having those moments where you're maybe around company who question who you are, and then you start to question who you are. And the thing about when you know who you are very, very difficult to manipulate. Let that sink in. Because when you know who you are, nobody else can tell you who you are. And then you easily pick out and point out when a person is projecting their own stuff onto you. It happens so magically. And you'll sit back and be like, hold on now. Hold on. No. That's not my quality. That's not me. That's you. Oh, I'm being your mirror. Got it. Okay. Yes, that's you. You keep your stuff to you. That's not me, and you're not putting that on me. So that is the beauty about answering such a very simple question. It seems very simple, but it goes so deep. And it also, like I said, yes, it turns into affirmations. And then what I love about it is you start your list, and it may be just a few things that you can think of. And then you start writing down things that you want to become. And then next thing you know, you're like, whoa, I remember I wrote that like 5 months ago, and I am that. I am abundant. All amazing opportunities have come to me. They have sought me out. I'm magnetic. I attract everything good. I am good. And everything that I experience is good and for my good. It helps you to start changing your perspective and your outlook on life. And things become so beautiful, almost magical from there. And then you realize like life can actually really be good. If I can just reset and remind myself of who I am and my good qualities, and then you don't deny yourself of some of the things that may not be so good at the moment. You just learn how to bring those things into balance. You learn how to work on the things that you may not be so good at, or some of the things that you're not very proud about. And then all of a sudden, things start to transform and change because you have the power to speak things and for it to come to pass. Whatever energy you put out, whatever you want to focus on, and whatever you speak, it happens. It literally happens. It's prayer, it's manifestation, whatever words you want to use, it's all the same. But you do it from a way where you are in charge of what you're saying. You're very confident in what you're saying. You're not coming as a beggar. You're coming as a confident, divine being that is saying, this is what I am. This is what I command in my life. Welcome to the show. If y'all are just now joining us, once again, if you're joining us from Instagram, you will need to hop over on my YouTube channel if you want to post or ask questions or comment. So just come on over. We will welcome you with open arms. So yes. So yeah, let's see. I'm reading through some of the comments. Felt that. Divine. Yes. Love this so much. I needed this. Yes. Yes, it's absolutely a great exercise for self-reflection. I can't even talk. So yes, absolutely. Yes, you need to reprogram your spiritual sense, seriously, because a lot of us have lost that. Thank you, Vanita. I appreciate that. A lot of us have lost that spiritual sense because a lot of times when you're a child, it's very much in tune. You feel everything. That's why some children are acting out, or they may feel whatever negative energy is flowing through their homes. And all of a sudden you're looking at them like, why are they acting a fool? Children are very sensitive to energy. They pick up on everything. They just don't know how to express it. And if they don't have a parent that can really break it down and say, oh, you're feeling what's happening here. We just haven't confirmed it. We haven't told you about it because you're a child. And we thought that it was probably too much for you to handle as a child. So a lot of times we don't share things with our kids because we think they're not capable of handling the conversation. But guess what? They feel it. They feel it. And when you don't address it, you deny them of understanding that feeling. You get it? All right. Bernadette, I listened to you signing off for your last time on the radio. You inspired me to put my best foot forward on my job. Oh, thank you. That's incredible. I'm glad to inspire. Yes, I'm definitely lost in life. Reprogramming myself is definitely needed. Well, I'm glad you're here. We're going to do just that. All right, so let's talk about this week's challenge. Before we get there, I do want to let me say. I do want to remind you of my beautiful store, Mila Eve Essentials. Make sure that you shop your pure essential oils and self-care products from my beautiful store. I have skincare products now, which I launched last year, has been doing amazing. All of my products are infused with 100% pure therapeutic essential oils, chemical free, no toxins. Everything is what it is. Where are you going? Where are you going? So make sure you check out my store. Sign up for the email list so that you'll get advance notice on sales and things like that. So make sure you check that out. And I forgot to look. I wanted to open up with a line that I say every time I open up, and I forgot, y'all, because I get so excited. But yes, I am here. It's the self challenge, and I'm here by myself for yourself. I hope y'all like that play on words because I really enjoy it. I get a kick out of it if you don't. All right, so let's get into this week's episode. What's up, Renee? What's going on? And I love the love that is being shown here in the comment section for all of the people that are here. Y'all showing each other love. That's what I'm talking about. That's the type of energy that I welcome and embrace. So yes, I love that. Thank you so much. Let's see. All right, so let's go ahead into it. So we talked about last week's challenge, which was answering the question, who am I? Segment, you cannot get off your perch, honey. You got to stay there. So this week's challenge, not this week's challenge, but this week's topic, which I told you is, what do I know and how do I know it? So now that you've made this list of answering the question, who am I? Now I want to know what you know and how do you know it? We need to dive deeper because we know everything in life based on someone who either told it to us or told us to know this or our own personal experience, right? We know the sky is blue because someone told us that the sky is blue. We know that the color is blue because someone told us that the color is blue. They associated that color with that name and then they told it to us, right? I know that traveling is good for my soul because I experience travel and I experience an awakening and I experience change every time that I travel somewhere outside of my normal environment. That's my experience, right? A lot of what we know up until we have this spiritual awakening is how we were raised. It's what our parents told us and taught us. It's what society has taught us. And then we take on those things and that pretty much makes us who we are, so to speak, right? Because we are innately us in there. Outside of the programming, we are who we are. And I believe that a lot of who we are is shown when we're children. What in the world? I don't know where she's trying to go and what she's trying to do. No, honey. So a lot of us, when we are children, we express and we show very, very easily what we truly love and who we truly are. But what happens is, unfortunately, a lot of times, maybe we have friends and family, or maybe there's teachers who will start to pick us apart. And now we don't feel safe to be us anymore, which is so unfortunate. But someone once told me, hold on, I had wrote it down because I didn't want to forget it. I don't even know where I wrote it. Dang it. I'll get to it. I had wrote it down because I really did not want to forget this. It was such a great statement. Basically, they told me that if you ever are lost in life and you don't know what your purpose is, think about what you enjoyed when you were a child. A lot of times your purpose is tied to that because when we're children, we're innocent. We come in here and we're using our imagination. The sky's the limit for us when we're children. We don't know what it means to have limits, right? We're taught that. So we could basically say, oh, I want to be this, that, or the other. And as soon as somebody comes along who is someone that you admire or is an adult and they say, oh, no, you can't do that, it kills the dream. And now you go through life trying to find that again. And you don't even know what you lost or how you lost it. So for me, I know when I was young, I knew that I would be in some type of entertainment. I am a talker. I've always been a talker. I always knew that I was good with animals. I love animals. I'm very connected to nature. And I've always been a teacher at heart. And it's so funny because I had a teacher when I was in 6th grade, Miss Harrington. Shout out to Miss Harrington at South Main Street School. Miss Harrington used to tell me all the time. She said, "Oh, you're gonna be a teacher when you grow up. You're gonna be a teacher." And I'm just like, okay. But look at me. Now I'm a teacher. I homeschool. So yeah, I am. You know, I always wanted to be a vet. I just wanted to be connected to animals, and I am. So it's like I go back to childhood. And it's funny because even radio, I used to act like I had my own radio show when I was like 7, 8 years old with my cousins. When we had the boom box, we had to press record and play at the same time. Yes, with the cassette tape. Yes, so like we would record our own radio shows. So it's nice when you can kind of go back to your childhood and you find yourself again. And truly what happens is as you grow older, you get to a point where you get fed up because everything feels off. You don't feel safe to be yourself. And all of a sudden you have this awakening. And that awakening is really you healing all of those inner yous from the time you were 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, teenager, like wherever you had these moments that were really impactful in your life, you end up reliving, you end up saving that version of yourself. You end up healing that version of yourself. And then you become happier every time you heal a version. It's like, whoa, like my 6-year-old self comes out to play every time I'm around this person or this group of people. And now my 6-year-old self feels safe. Now she doesn't have to jump out and I don't have to feel like I need to protect her anymore because I healed her traumas and we're good now and she trusts me and I'm safe. And this is you really just having a conversation with you. Most of our issues, yes, I was just about to say this when welcome to the show. Most people suffer from childhood traumas. All of us do. I didn't even know I had childhood trauma. Honest to God. I'll tell y'all a story real fast. When I got into the physical altercation on the Real Housewives of Potomac with Candace, I, at that moment, experienced my 6-year-old self basically stepping forth like, I'm coming out here and I'm about to handle this, you know? And it wasn't until I started therapy that I realized I did have trauma. I thought that my childhood was perfect. I mean, like, what? I was like, what? I'm good. I ain't got no issues. And once my therapist began, and shout out to Esther Boykin of Group Therapy Associates, she's incredible. Once she started asking me questions about my childhood, I would tell the story like it was nothing. I'd be like, oh yeah, and then one time I went down the street and da-da-da-da, and this happened. She'd be like, hold on, pause. How did that make you feel? That sounds crazy. And I'm looking at her like, what do you mean? She's like, how did that make you feel? Like, what feeling did that trigger? Like, did you get knots in your stomach? Did you feel scared? Were you anxious? Like, and I sat back and I mean, when she said it, she must have triggered something inside of me. I just started bawling, crying. And I said, I never allowed myself to feel. I never allowed myself to stop and feel what that truly did to me in that moment, how that truly hurt my feelings, how that truly disappointed me. And I started to realize like, whoa, I've done that a lot in my entire life. I will take on disrespect. I will take on issues and all kinds of craziness, and I will just suck it up and keep it moving. I wouldn't let myself feel it. So what I didn't realize was that all of those feelings were just being stacked on top of each other, and they were being stored somewhere in my body. Had no idea. So yeah, it's amazing how this entire spiritual awakening and this whole journey really takes on a life of its own. So I want to talk to you about just finding yourself and relearning, unlearning the things that no longer serve you, and then learning the things that better serve you, that are healthier for you. Understanding that you don't have to take what you're taking in your life. You can rewrite your story, but it's a journey that you have to go on, and it's not an easy one. Because guess what? I'm 40 years old. When I started this journey, I had over 30 years of trauma that was built up. And do you know why I pour so much into my children now? They're 11, 9, and 5. They will have less years of trauma to work through than me. I want to build them up so well. I want them to know who they are so well that they won't even attract people who aren't on their spiritual level. Because guess what? They won't be able to get to them. They will attract people who are like them, who are secure with themselves, who know themselves, who know how to express themselves. And that'll be one less thing that they have to deal with. So I'm going through the fire, and I'm going through it because I don't want my children to have to go through it. They are everything to me. They don't deserve to come into this life with their own mission. They got a mission outside of me. But what happens is, this is generational curses, y'all. What happens is, if I don't deal with the stuff I'm supposed to deal with as I go onto my mission, guess who's going to have to deal with it before they can even start theirs? My children. They're going to have to deal with the things that I did not overcome. Now that is being put on their plate. And the reason why I know that's true is because they're watching me. They're watching how I respond to things. They're watching how I move. Even though I could be preaching a good word into them, they're watching every obstacle that I did not overcome. And they are watching my energy. They're paying attention to it. And then they're like, somewhere in their subconscious mind, they're like, okay, I'm going to have to handle this. I'm going to have to deal with this better. Or they become it. And now that's something that they have to go on a whole spiritual journey to find out. And then they realize, oh, mom, you had this issue too. And then you start to realize how linear your life and your struggle is with those struggles of your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents. You'll realize that this current theme that has been transferred and passed down to each generation, that no one was brave enough to step forward and say, I got this. I'm going to handle this. So guess what? When my kids are concerned, I'm handling it. They will not have my story. They will grow up and they will realize, like, okay, I can actually pursue what my actual purpose is. And I can focus on my actual purpose. And I will do everything within me. And that's not to say that they'll just walk away completely perfect and unscathed. Obviously, there's going to be things that they come back to me when they get older and they're like, Mommy, I wish you would have handled this differently. Mommy, I didn't like how you did this. Now that I have kids, Mommy, I realize I could have did this different. And I already know and I expect it because I'm not perfect. I'm just doing the best that I can to make sure that my children don't have to deal with the stuff that I can control. Things that I can really learn how to release and let go of and free myself of so that my children can be free. So let's see. So yes, in order to find yourself, after you've made this list of who you are, you must then accept yourself. You have to accept yourself. You do. You have to accept the good and the evil because we all have both. And sometimes we want to blame it on the devil. It ain't the devil, it's you. It's you. You are doing what you're doing because you maybe enjoy it or you maybe don't have any self-control. Maybe you don't have any discipline. And all of us have been victims of that. We all have been victims of who? Of ourselves. We are our biggest competition. We are our biggest obstacle. It's us. When we look in the mirror and we're trying to figure out why is life like this, look in the mirror and realize life is like this because of me, because of my choices, or maybe outside of traumatic events, obviously, but maybe these weren't my choices. Maybe this was inherited. But it's nice when you can figure out who you are because then you can better answer those questions. Then you can realize, oh my God, this was my mom's issue and she never really solved it. So, oh, I get it. So this really isn't my weight. This isn't my load to carry. This is a generational thing that's been passed down. Oh, okay, I get it. All right. Now I can ease my mind a little bit because I can realize some of these things were inherited and some of these things were because of experience. So yes, I want to go to the comments and see what y'all talking about because I've just been talking. All right. Whoa, y'all talking a lot. All right. I appreciate it. Yes. Unlearning is imperative. Yes. Oh, hey, buddy. I'm disappointed I didn't get to call in and say bye. Oh, well, thank you for being here. Now you can say hello. Yes. Thank you. Segma is really tuned into the conversation. Yeah, she was until she turned her back on us again. Yes. Unlearning is imperative. Oh, thank you, Danielle. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Onyx. I really appreciate that. I love being a mom and I'm just trying my best. Yes. Yes, unlearning things that no longer serve me is what I need to start practicing. Absolutely. And when you know what you have to work on, it is so much easier for you to work on. Okay, I guess she said goodnight. Wow, that was rude, Sekhmet. You just bounced on us. Okay, that's fine. You stay over there then. Wasn't that funny? She is the one that invited herself here. And then she just gonna dip on us. Yes. I had to share this on socials, feeding our souls tonight. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Great live. Looks like you made out better. Oh, you better stop it. Now, I didn't even know that you was about to say something shady. I would not have put that up on my screen. All right. That is so true. I'm enjoying being able to express my adult children things that were not right and that I'm sorry. I'm 54 now. Yes, start early to end the trauma. Yes, it's amazing. Y'all, I went through a period of 3 months where this is warning, do not try this at home unless you are ready. Okay, so I at the top of the year, I was praying, I was writing in my journal, and I was like, I'm on it. I'm ready. I'm ready. And I said, God, anything I said, God, anything that is within me that is keeping me from achieving and experiencing all the abundance, all the overflow, all that is really due to me, all that I've worked hard for that is within my path, anything that is keeping me from that, I want you to bring it up so I can clear it out. Why did I say that? I'm telling y'all, the floodgates opened up. When I tell you, after I said that, it was like constant. Every little thing that triggered something from my past. I mean, I'm going back 20, 30 years. Something would happen and it would trigger that, and that would come up. And then something else would happen and then that would come up. I was so heavy. I was so emotional. I was so unstable with myself because I was going through it. But it was what I asked. And what you do have to realize is a lot of times when we ask for peace, when we ask for things to clear up and clear out, we don't realize that we're asking for our whole entire universe to shake. We don't realize we're asking for our ground beneath us to shift. I mean, and that thing starts moving, and it starts moving, and then next thing you know, what actually is happening, you feel like your world's falling apart. Minnow, hello, honey. It's nothing there. It is nothing there. Thank you. My animals are on it tonight. So even my kids are cooperating. They went to bed at 7:30, and here they go making noise. So when I didn't realize that all of the shifts, the world falling apart, all of these things were happening because I asked for change. I asked for peace. So no, I don't just get this miracle. I get all the things that are causing me to be away from that peace and not achieve that peace are being put right in my face. Deal with this. Oh, you want peace? Okay, deal with that. You said you want more peace? Okay, clear this out. Let that person go. Yep, say goodbye to that relationship. Let that friendship of however many years go out the door because nope, that's not peaceful. Have this difficult conversation because you said you want peace, so that means you got to talk. That means you got to say the thing that you really don't want to say, but you know it's on your heart. Y'all, whoo, Lord, let me tell you, I went through it, but I'm still here. And I'm here because of my mom and because of my 3 children and because of my co-hosts on WPGC, the Good Morning Show, because they have heard all of it. Those people that I named have heard all of it and have carried me through such a difficult time because I got what I asked for. I said, bring it up so I can clear it out. But I'm so much better now because I was able to stay in the fight. I was able to stay in it and really allow myself to feel the feeling. Let me tell y'all, feeling the feelings of things that you shoved on a shelf years and years ago. Because a lot of times what happens is you start to react and you don't even realize that you're reacting from your past trauma. You're not even reacting from the current situation that's happening. You're reacting from a feeling that you felt that was familiar, that was similar to this situation. And now you done said the wrong thing you said the wrong thing to the right person. Because that person probably is the person that loves you the most, that has their heart open widest for you. And now you done said something to them that wasn't even meant for them. They just may have triggered something that was in you from some old past trauma that you never dealt with. So, all right, let's go back to these comments. Let's see. Oh, wow, it's a lot of comments coming in. Let's see. Breaking generational curses in order to self-reflect and come correct. I love how you are speaking, Monique. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bernadette said, thank you, Monique. You're giving me a lot to think about. Thank you. Listen, I love the feedback because that's all I want to do is share. And when I share with you all, I'm not just sitting. Y'all see my feet? I keep forgetting that y'all can see my feet under there. I just be moving them toes. When I say these things to y'all, I'm not saying it like some egotistical preacher who is just trying to tell you what to do. I am telling you what I did. I'm telling you what I went through. And if y'all have questions, feel free. Ask me anything. Y'all know I'm an open book. So I'm telling you some of the process, and I'm sharing with you some of the process because when I went through it, I didn't know that what I was going through was normal. I thought I was by myself. I thought I was the only one. There was times where I felt like I was losing my mind. I'm like, am I crazy? Like, what is going on? But then I realized, like, oh my God, everybody goes through this. It just depends on your path of healing. Maybe you haven't reached it yet. Maybe you've already reached it. That's why I can post a video and I can get half the audience who agrees with what I'm saying, and then the other half has no idea. They will get triggered. They will call me out. They'll say all kind of like explicits and mean things. And it's like, first of all, I don't care. Say what you want. I'm still here. But what happens is you have people who are triggered and then you have people who understand because of their experience, right? And let me tell you a little secret about triggers. When you get triggered by something, it means because it's something within you that either you haven't accepted or something that you want to achieve. It is triggering for people that I got divorced because you have a lot of people that are in marriages that suck. Let's just be real. I mean, and other people just probably got triggered just because, you know, they saw something that they thought was great and they wanted it to be what it was. But there are times where people truly want to walk away and choose themselves, but they feel like, I'm going to be selfish if I do that. I'm not going to do that. And then they wear it like a badge of honor. Yes, I stayed in my marriage for 50 years. He beat my ass and I still stayed. He cheated on me with 20 women and had 2 babies on me. I'm a real woman. I stayed. No, that sounds traumatizing and I hope you get help. But there are people who have stayed and endured things and they wear it like a badge of honor. But really, we're supposed to grow. We're supposed to enjoy life. We're supposed to be happy. Relationships are supposed to make you feel safe and make you feel like you have somebody that's on your team that gets you and understands where you're coming from. Relationships are meant to help you grow. And if you're no longer growing, you're what? You're stagnant. And what is stagnant? Everybody has smelled stagnant water. Ew. It stinks. It's nothing but death. I don't want to die in this life. When I die, I die. Right now, I want to live. I want to live. So what happens is some people get triggered by your actions, even if they don't know you. Like, people don't really know me, you know. Y'all are getting to know me. I'm getting to know me, like Lauryn Hill said. I had to reintroduce myself to my mother and my father. I love Lauryn Hill. She's so real. But what I'm saying is there are people who get so upset by your actions because maybe it's an action that they really wanted to take. Maybe they feel like they missed their window of opportunity, or maybe it's something that they're actively struggling with and they feel like they would make people upset and disappoint other people if they actually pursued what they truly want for themselves in their life. So I get it. So I don't judge people and I don't get mad when they judge me. I just realize like, oh, okay, you still have some work to do. So if you're mad at me, it's because I'm pushing something in you. I'm pissing you off because I'm doing something that maybe you want to do and you haven't been brave enough to do it. You know, so hey, it is what it is. Shadow work is challenging because loving the bad side of you almost goes against what you are taught. Exactly. We're taught to go against our good and our bad if we're keeping it real. Yes. A Tea with Monique podcast would be perfect. Oh, thank you. Hey, this might lead to a podcast. I'm just here for y'all and I'm enjoying it. I love it. I love that I have this outlet to talk again and have the time. So yes. And thank you so much, Onyx. By the way, yes, listen to Onyx. Hit that like button. Please hit that like button. I appreciate it. Like, I'm giving my free time and look, I'm here for y'all and I enjoy having this conversation and I'm sharing with y'all from the bottom of my soul things that I really truly help will help you. So if you could hit that like button, subscribe, and share, that would be amazing. It does go a long way. If you can just like simply just hit the like, it literally doesn't cost you a thing. It don't even like your finger already right there. Just go like this. Hit that like button. Okay. Yes, we do need to go through it to be free. How did you, oh, this is a good question. Let me answer this. How did you take care of yourself during that time? I took care of myself by having someone that I could call on, or two or three. So I had people in my corner that I could be 100% transparent with and just say, hey, y'all, oof, today is rough. I don't know if I'm going to make it through this day. And then I would have somebody talk me off the ledge. Like literally just pour into me. Give me exactly what I need. Tell me that I'm strong. Tell me that you got this. Tell me that this is what you asked for. Remember when you said you wanted peace? Remember, this is what you asked for. So having people that could pour into me has been the greatest gift. The greatest gift. So that's how I got through it. I got through it through a lot of prayer, therapy, counseling. I got through it by manifesting, by meditating, by doing stuff for me, by getting away, going on solo trips, even if it's for one night, just kind of being by myself. This is it right here. I allowed myself to be by myself when I needed it, when I really needed to hear my own thoughts and my own voice. And then when I really needed someone's company, I asked for it. I would make a phone call. Hey, can we get together? Can we go do lunch? Hey, can you meet me here? And I don't even have to say a word. I might just cry the whole time. But I did not stop myself from feeling the feeling. I allowed myself to cry. And I wasn't embarrassed about it. I'm like, I want to purge all of this out of my system. So that's what I did during that time. I had people to talk to. I was able to be in nature. Oh my goodness, going hiking or just looking at water, journaling, all your thoughts, even the thoughts that you don't want to admit. That's a big one right there. When you're having those moments where you don't even want to write it down because it sounds that bad, but you write it down, get it out. But the important thing is, once you write that negative down, you have to respond to it with a positive. You have to write something encouraging. And you know what's crazy? What I found is when I wrote down those negative thoughts, as soon as I was done, I took a deep breath and all the positive thoughts started coming. I have journals where it looks like two different people are writing a particular post or whatever I wrote, because I will literally be pouring out all of what I'm feeling, and then I'll get to the end and then I'll start encouraging myself. And when I go back and read it now, I'm like, thank you, God. Thank you for speaking to me, because I know that was God just speaking to me. Like, you're going to make it. You're going to be all right. Feel the feeling and let it go. And guess what? Once you feel that feeling and let it go, you don't ever have to deal with it again. So that's one of the things that that I had to definitely share with you. So thanks for asking that question. What do you have in your diffuser tonight? So right now I am diffusing mind over matter, basil, cedarwood, and eucalyptus. And it's a nice mix. It's very stimulating for the mind. I love mind over matter. It's one of my favorite blends. It smells so good. I have a lot of male customers who love it because it's not so floral, you know, but it's nice for the ladies too. It has peppermint, it has basil, it has cedarwood in it, and a few other essential oils, and it just has a beautiful earthy kind of minty scent. It's really nice. So I like combining it with some of the oils that are already in it, and then I add a little eucalyptus to it, and it's very fresh. It opens you up. It's nice. So yep, mind over matter, basil, cedarwood, and eucalyptus. That's what I'm diffusing. Thanks for asking. Make sure y'all shop Mila Eve Essentials. All right. Yes. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for allowing me to be transparent. Tap in. Yes. All right. So Heather said, yes, don't leave a void for negative to come back in. Yes. And let me tell you, because, you know, one of the challenging things for me was that, like, people would say, you know, Don't speak negative about yourself. Don't. But sometimes you feel like speaking negative about yourself. You feel like speaking negative about your situation. But if you can say that thing, make sure you say something positive to just counteract it at least, you know? It's like, oh, I can't stand doing this, that, and the other. But you know what? I'm grateful that I'm in this position to do this, that, and the other, because this has actually taught me something. I've actually learned from this situation. Try your best to see the good in every situation as much as possible, you know? Yes, yes, nature is amazing. Yes, absolutely. Journaling is so good because you get it out of your mind. You get it out of your mind and onto paper, and that in itself is a release. That will help you with overthinking, anxiety, all of those the overwhelming feelings, because if you have way too much stored up here, what you gonna do? You're gonna lose it. You're gonna be like so short fused with people. You gotta let that out, let that flow onto some paper, you know? Mm-hmm. Yes. This is a good one. Hey Marion. How challenging was it to find others to match your energy and knew they were authentic and not trying to make you feel less than? Because guess what? When you become, you attract what you become. That simple. When you start making changes, the imposters reveal themselves. Because when you start doing things that are good for you, guess what the imposters do? They try to discourage you. They try to say, what? I don't know if that's going to work. What? Oh, you being selfish. Oh, you ain't going to do this for me? All of that. They'll do all of those things, right? They'll say all of those things. And all they're doing is revealing that they only have been around you because they've been using you. Because guess what? People who are really down for you, they will welcome your changes. They will welcome your transformation. They'll be proud of it. They will encourage it. So naturally, you'll be able to weed out who's for you and who's not for you. You'll be able to pick up on it. And if you hang on to the people that aren't for you, I feel bad for you. Like, why would you do that? Just because you've been friends for 40 years? No. You have outgrown that friendship. You know, you've outgrown it, you know? So you got to let it go. And I think that's the problem. We are taught that it's bad to let things and people go. And it's not a bad thing. It's not bad to choose your peace. It's a great thing when you can choose your peace. It's a great thing when you can have that much discipline. And when you can have that much self-respect and self-love, where you can say, you know what, I really do love you and I really do enjoy you, but you're just not good for me. You're just like, you're clouding my judgment. Like you're hurting my soul. Like you're giving me a headache. I love you, but you got to go. You know, it's like, I can't take it no more. And you can create that distance and be fine with it. I've had friends where I would get on the phone with them, and as soon as they start talking, just the sound of their voice, I would be like, yeah, nah, nah, nah. And then I would hear their voice, and I'd be like, it would suck everything out of me. And I'd be like looking at the phone, like, oh my God, how much longer I gotta, you know what? I need to go walk my goldfish. I gotta go. So yeah, you know, I got that from D. Carter. I love when she be saying, I gotta go walk my goldfish. She is funny. Shout out to D. Carter. So yeah, you'll know. Yes, the journal advice is gold. It is gold. It is so gold. Uh-huh. Yes. Yes, sometimes you do have to love people from afar. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, this is such a good point. What's up, JJ? 40-year-old friends will still be 14-year-old people. Yes. Move on. Yes. And that's the thing that's unfortunate is that we have a lot of people walking around in grown-up bodies, but they're children. They're emotionally unintelligent. They literally have the emotional capacity of a 5-year-old. So you'll be arguing with them or I won't even say arguing. You may have a disagreement with them and they start throwing a temper tantrum, but in your mind, it's not processing that, they are throwing a temper tantrum because you're looking at this grown person. But inside of that grown person, it's actually that 5-year-old that's talking to you. And you're like, if you don't go sit your ass in timeout, what is wrong with you? I'm about to whoop your ass. You don't even realize it. You ain't talking to that 50-year-old. You're talking to that 5-year-old that is unhealed, that is defensive, that is selfish, that hasn't been taught to be considerate or compassionate for other people. So you have grown people that are walking around who are actually mentally 5. And then you wonder why you get upset and get, oof, man. Yes, yes, yes. So let's see. Man, this time went by so fast. All right. So, yeah. So let's go ahead and, you know what? No, I don't want to give y'all the challenge for next week just yet. I want to talk more about knowing what you know. So we talked about knowing what you know. How do you know what you know? And unlearning behavior and coming into knowing. When you come into that state of knowing, it is such a beautiful thing because guess what? When you know darn near everything. And I'm not saying that you're like a know-it-all. I'm not saying it from that perspective. What I'm saying is there's a certain wisdom that you tap into, and you realize that wisdom only means the power to unlearn and learn, unlearn and learn, and learn and learn and learn. You know, so it's like it's very wise when you are open to learning new things. When you can put judgment aside and say, "Yeah, I know that I was raised to believe this, that, or the other, but I hear you and I'm listening to you. All right, tell me more. Tell me how this worked for you. This isn't what I was taught. This isn't what I was taught to believe. But I would love to understand your perspective." And that's when you realize that arguments turn into disagreements because there's a difference between the two. An argument is two people who have their point, and each person is trying to get the other person to accept and adopt their point. So you're not actually having a conversation. You're just trying to prove yourself, and the other person trying to prove their self, and y'all doing like this. Y'all talking at each other. Nobody hears each other because you didn't come here to listen. You came here to talk, and you have two people talking, and nobody's listening. And you want this person to change, and this person's like, "No, I want you to change," and you argue. A disagreement is saying, "Hey, this is my perspective. If you take this perspective as gold, fine. But if you don't, that's fine too. I'm not judging you. I love you still. I just don't agree with your ideology. I don't agree with what you're saying in this moment. I don't agree with that philosophy. I don't." And then the other person says, "Okay, I respect that. Thank you for telling me that." Simple. You just disagreed. You don't have to argue about it because I'm not trying to prove to you anything. I don't have anything to prove, but to God and myself. So it's just this different mindset that you take on. And it's beautiful because it's very freeing. You're able to like free yourself and just be you. And you feel safe to be you. I'm going to say that over and over again. Feel safe to be you. Because a lot of people, including myself, I finally got to a point where I feel safe to be me. You know, I learned that by working in radio. The Good Morning Show, WPGC, for people that are local that are familiar with the station, my Good Morning Show crew, let me tell y'all, they allowed me to feel safe to be me in that studio, you know? So that's a big thing. It's very freeing when you've forgotten who you are, like the essence of who you are, and you're able to find that and then don't feel judged like, "Oh, you're weird," or "You're this," or, "Well, oh, you think like that," or it's just simply like, this is me, and I can show up and show out and just be as genuine as I want to be, and it feels so beautiful. I'm able to live. I don't want to be in bondage with my thoughts and think about what everybody else has to think, and is what I'm saying valid? And man, I don't care. I'm gonna say what I say, and if I said something wrong, I'm woman enough to apologize after I thought about it and was like, "Oh, you know what, dude, that was kind of, oh, my bad for offending you. I didn't mean that. So yeah. Let's see. Somebody said that sounds like reality TV. Exactly. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for all the good information. Sometimes we have to be reminded how to start where we are. Yeah. Listen, meet you where you are. And do not feel bad about where you are, because guess what? If you didn't go through everything you went through, you would not be where you are right now. So be grateful for it. Be grateful for the challenges. Be grateful for the struggle. Be grateful for things that didn't go your way. Be grateful for the no's. Be grateful for the closed doors. Be grateful for the late responses. Look for the gratitude in everything. In every day. That is the most, if I had to give you something that was like transformation for me, it was being grateful for everything that I have right now. I may not be where I want to be, but I'm grateful I'm here. I'm grateful all my needs are met, and I'm open to receiving more. You get it? Yes. All right. So let's talk about next week. Next week's challenge, you know what? I'm gonna actually put this up. I'm gonna put it on a banner for you, just in case y'all might want to write it down because it's a long one. Give me a second while I copy and paste. I hope I didn't have any typos. All right, so here's next week's challenge. Let's show it. There we go. Next week, I want you to make a list of things that you find hard to accept about yourself. I have a hard time saying that word because it's like accept and then it's accept. I am terrible. All right, here's the challenge. Make a list of things you find hard to accept about yourself and then say aloud, I love me anyway. In spite of that, I still love me, right? Then I want you to create a positive plan to counter that behavior. So I'll give you an example. If you're a person who loves to gossip, right? Let's think about what gossiping is. Gossiping is when I am telling your business and I'm focusing all my attention that should be focused on me and what I got going on. I'm focusing all my attention on someone else. I'm talking about them. I'm hoping that they fall. I'm doing all of this. Yeah, and guess what happened? All of that. Y'all know what gossiping is. If you are a person who gossips, it's okay to say, yes, I do gossip and I love myself anyway. Now, what is something that we can combat the gossiping tongue with? Focusing on yourself. I've been so focused on what this person was doing or wasn't doing and judging this person for what they're doing that I'm not even paying attention to me. That's a quick way to stop gossiping, when you can go inward, because most times when you're gossiping, it's because you don't have anything else going on and you want something to be going on. You want to be happy and fulfilled. So instead, you fulfill yourself by watching other people do what they're doing that you hope that you could do, or maybe you didn't have the courage to do. So you get caught up in that whole, circle of just talking about everybody else, talking about everything that is outside of yourself. So you can combat that by saying, you know what? I'm going to start focusing more on me. That's how I'm going to combat this. So I want y'all to just list things that you feel as though, I don't really like this about myself, but I love myself anyway. It's hard for me to accept this, but I love myself anyway. I love to control everything because I don't trust people, but I love myself anyway. And here's how I'm going to create a plan to learn how to trust people and loosen up those reins of control. I'm going to learn to trust myself. Because when you don't trust other people, usually it's because you don't trust you. Remember, everything is a mirror. All of our relationships, all of our friendships, they are mirrors. So when you find yourself telling someone else what they need to do, who is close to you, who you love, and you're like, yeah, you need to do this, you need to do that. Stop for a second and then see how that statement applies to you in your journey. Oh, it's life-changing. It's beautiful. It's such a beautiful journey, y'all. It is such a beautiful journey when you can change your perspective, right? So that's going to be the challenge. Make a list of things you find hard to accept about yourself and then say aloud, I love me anyway. And then create a positive plan to counter that behavior. So you can make a list. You can write, the word gossip, and then you can write focus on myself right next to it. Just draw like a line with a little arrow, focus on myself. So now you got the negative version and the positive version on one sheet of paper. And then guess what? You can tear that sheet of paper out and you can fold it in half, and then you can focus on the positive list. You become what you focus on, right? All right. Okay, a lot of us do. We got to go inside. We got to find out where that lack of trust comes from. And a lot of times it's really us. It's something about us. It's something about ourselves that we don't trust. And we're like, why? Do I feel like I have a fear of success? Do I feel like I don't trust myself because I don't finish this plan? Or I don't carry things all the way out. I don't trust myself because I don't think I'm going to win. And I don't want to admit that, but here it is. Admit it. Let it go. Let it out. Free yourself, right? All right, y'all. Next week. So next week on the self-challenge, episode 3. Oh, we about to have some fun, y'all. This one is going to be a doozy, and I may go for 90 minutes. I'll let y'all tell me in the comments if y'all think that I should. This hour goes by so fast. Next week is going to be a big one. Next week, surrender the ego. That's what we're going to be talking about next week. To become fully connected to self, you must surrender the ego. How can you tell how big your ego is? And I'm not talking about Beyonce and you got a big ego. We're not talking about that ego. No, no. So keep your mind focused on the assignment. How can you tell how big your ego is? All right, so you're going to ask yourself this question. Everything that you do, ask yourself, why do I do what I do? Is this to please others? Or is it because this is naturally who I am? I naturally enjoy doing these things. I'm naturally a giver. I don't give so that somebody can acknowledge that I gave and then I get the praise, because now I'm giving for ego. I'm giving because I want someone to acknowledge me and praise me for it. Or are you giving because it's simply what you want to do? You don't have to be acknowledged. You don't have to be praised. It's like, no, I'm a giver. I love giving. It's just me. That's how you can tell how big your ego is. And if you're acting out of ego or if you're acting out of self-confidence and just being who you are. Egos wear masks. They're masks. Are you afraid to show your true self? So how much of your personality are you toning down for the people that you love? What kind of mask are you wearing when you leave out the house? And then when you take that mask off, when you walk back in the house, is that a completely different person? All right, we're going to get into it next week. I can't wait. I love y'all. I thank y'all so much for showing up and showing out tonight. Go ahead, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. And when I post the link on Sunday for next week's episode, make sure you set your reminders so y'all can meet me here again at 8 p.m. every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I love y'all so much. I am so excited about what is in store and what is to come. And I would love for people to just leave a testimonial. If you feel like you're learning something from this channel, share it, like, subscribe, tell somebody about it. I just want to help people change their lives. That's all I want to do. I want to help people through moments where they believe that maybe they can't get through it or they feel alone. So if you feel alone, I'm here for you. If you need a friend, I'm your friend. I'm here every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Hit me up. I had a lot of people emailing me, DMing me, and commenting about some of their struggles with even coming up with the challenge from last week. So make sure you challenge yourselves and love yourselves. And also just remember, I'm giving you the information, but it's up to you to find the truth in it or outside of it. Information is power. Truth is different for all of us. So until next time, keep growing and keep knowing. Peace and blessings.
The Self Challenge on Tea with Monique is powered by Mila Eve Essentials and the Redefined Me community.